Hi everyone. I wanted to give you guys a quick update on what I've gotten accomplished so far in my backyard. In my previous videos, like in the starting of what the idea I had for my yard was, because I started out with drought tolerant landscaping and I had a lot of old bushes back here and the rest is rocks. So I still have the rocks, but I did have the bushes removed. And then after that, I started putting together all my fruit trees and everything. I did a video on that. And then started working on my raised bed garden, did a video on that as well. So yeah, I've been busy getting a lot done. I started my first video of my journey of my thoughts and what I want to get done almost a year ago. So I've got a lot done by myself. No, yeah, pretty much by myself. My son did help me a little bit, but not by much. But anyway, let me take you on my quick little tour of what I have going on. So this is my Cavendish dwarf banana plants that have just really taken off. Even more so than the last video I did. I mean, the leaves are huge. Look how big these are. I mean, here's my hand. I mean, just huge. And I have some pups down here I need to, or suckers, one of the two I need to separate out, and I'm gonna plant in this open area right here. And that's why I call this banana row, because I know that eventually this will be taken up with all bananas. And this is the other set. So from my previous video, as I stated, I had started with 2 stalks and I had planted them in some large containers, and I did not keep them in those containers because they're vigorous growers and you have to keep separating them or taking off the suckers or the pups or whatever you want to call them, so that they don't crowd out the container. And that's more work than I wanted to worry about. And plus I have a pretty big backyard that I can just spread everything out and let them grow. But yeah, see how, look at this. Just beautiful. And so I have my kitchen scraps from my vegetables, and I saw in a video on YouTube where I think it was even Lead Farmer 73 who just moved the mulch out, put the scraps down there, covered it back up, and that's what I've been doing. And oh my gosh, they just, look at that, just taken off, just really just taken off, just beautiful. So I know over time this will all be, this whole side will be banana row. So now I had this old gazebo that I lost the top for. There's no more top. And I moved it over to the yard. I got me a little bird bath there. And I moved it over. And I planted in some grapevines. So I just got these. And I'm not concerned about that, because this is new growth up here that's coming in. So this is back from when it was in the container that was shipped to me. So I'm not concerned about that. So I got that in the, and this here is this is a black Manuka seedless grape. Over here is the other side. And so the idea is that I put them on one side because this side gets the most sun. If I would have planted them in the back, it would eventually, once this grows above, it would be shaded, and they like a lot of sun. So I just left them on this one side so that they can cover the gazebo. Now this one here is the flame seedless grape. So yeah, that's gonna cover that. Now onto the raised bed that I had did in a previous video. I was very fortunate that I had dirt from a previous a project in my front yard I moved over, and then I have still some wood chips over there that need to be distributed or moved somewhere, but that's the pile that's left. And so yeah, I was able to fill up my bed, and then I have been now putting in my dirt and amendments. So this, I'm going to do the square foot gardening method because it's only me and my daughter. And I see someone's been been playing in the dirt over here, and it isn't my daughter, meaning I probably have a cat or something getting up in my bed. So I'm gonna have to do something about that. But yeah, so I'm putting in the method for the square foot gardening, and I'm only going to do this side here. And for this side here, this is for my more sprawling vegetables. I'll leave this side open. I'm also going to put corn, so I can put corn right here, or actually corn back there because it gets tall, and then any sprawling vegetables here, and then this part here on over will be the square foot gardening. Like I said, I don't need a lot of vegetables because I'm not feeding anyone but really just me. But my daughter, she eats vegan as well, but for the most part it's me. Now moving on, over here in the previous video I stated I have my fruit trees, and what I have going on here is that these are Collamer apples. Now I have, as you can see, I have 2 of them that's growing in well. This one here hasn't done anything, so I may have lost it. Who knows? It's not bearing any leaves. So, but yeah, I have these 2 Collamer apples. They grow straight up. They do not sprawl out like a tree. So I have these growing up. And this is great for small spaces or balconies, because they don't sprawl out and they stay upright and compact. So this is a great option for small spaces for growing apples. And this here is a Fuji dwarf tree. So this is going to be almost a regular apple tree, but it has really taken off this spring, giving me lots of leaves. And then I have grapefruit, struggling. I don't know what's wrong with it. I figured it was overwatered, so I pulled back on the watering, and so I'm hoping that I haven't lost any leaves. However, they're kind of, if you see that, they're not deep green as they should be. This here is my blood orange, and it was doing the same thing, as you can see, but now it's giving off some nice deep green leaves. So I'm happy about that. And even up here, so nice, some deep green. This is the other grapefruit, and it was doing that, and it lost leaves. So this one lost its leaf, the other one has not. Moving to my pomegranate, and I have 1 pomegranate growing, thanks to Lead Farmer 73 explaining about the male and female flowers. I thought they were all blooming, but no, I had a bunch of males, and this is the surviving female. So I have 1 pomegranate this year. You know what? I'm happy about it. It's a start, considering I got this back in, I believe, November or December, or beginning of the year. So it has not been long. 4 or 5 months I've had this, and I've already gotten this. And like I said, a lot of my trees I've gotten from fast growing trees, the ones that they will ship to California, I decided to order from them. Like I said, they've already grafted. They come to you pretty large. Yes, you pay a premium for that, but you know, I can't shop at the ones that Lead Farmer 73 suggests, because I am in California, so I have to be selective of who ships here. So yeah, I don't mind. And then my mango is struggling. I think I have a fungus possibly a fungus. I don't know what it is, but I did get a fungicide and I'm going to spray it on there. But meantime, between time, I do have some new leaves coming in. And as long as it stays above the graft, I'll let them grow in. But I'm happy that it is giving me some new leaves. And I also just found out that I should have maybe painted my trunk white because the sun is really rough on them. Here in Southern California, I'm in Zone 10B. My avocado tree, I will show you before where it was struggling. I don't know if you can see. Can you see that? Yeah, that's where it was struggling, but look at it now. It's just really just took off and just giving me all kinds of leaves and just really sprouting out here and doing its thing. So I'm excited about that. Last but not least, over here, I have, watch out, palm tree. I have my almond tree. It looks sad, y'all. I don't know what's wrong with it. I have no idea. I tried Googling it and I'm getting mixed answers as to what's wrong with it, but they start out green and then the ends turn. So I was thinking they're in this, I planted them into this, I guess this is like maybe, I don't know, a 5-gallon nursery container, but could be 10, I don't know. It's a huge nursery container. I put it in and it was doing really, really well. And then, I don't know. I mean, it has leaves, but then the leaves, they're not falling. But my biggest disappointment is my mulberry. I got my mulberry in and I think it's dying or dead. One of the two. So, but yeah, that's the grand tour of my backyard that I've been transforming over the many months. And this here, I decided finally what to do with this here, because I have these rocks and I have weeds that grow up between them and I have to come and spray, and oh, it's a hot mess, and then it just leaves it brown. So I'm going to end up covering this whole area with rubber mulch. So I'm going to cover it and then put in over it rubber mulch on top. So there you go. Let me give you the last view. I have a southern facing backyard, so I get sun all day long except for in the late afternoons where this building does provide some shade over here, but for the rest of most of the yard, it gets sun up. It gets a little shade on this side in the morning. It quickly disappears because this is not very tall, that fence there, so it ends up getting lots and lots of sun, and it doesn't get into shade until maybe around 3:30 once the sun gets on this side, but for the most part. And so I had in a previous video this tarp here that had a mound of dirt. So I finally was able to get rid of most of the dirt. It's just a little bit left that I need to figure out what I'm going to do with it. I do have an idea for that, because I was going to get another raised container, but it's specific to what I want to grow in it. So I thought maybe I'll just save the dirt for that. And then my lemon trees, I have actually been able to harvest some lemons off of my tree. I have some more coming in yellow, turning yellow. Another one back here that's turning yellow. So I'll be harvesting those soon. And then my pineapple plant back there, if you can see it back there, is hanging in there. So I'm going to transplant that as well. And then I still have to figure out what I'm going to do with this. Like I said, I have another raised container, but I'm getting a metal one. So everyone, that's it. I'm going to be just continuing to work on everything, and yeah, just a little bit at a time. So, you know, I understand some people do not have a large backyard or much space, but, you know, do what you can. You can grow, if you're in the right zone, you can grow grapes because you can trellis them. You can grow Columnar apples, you know, dwarf, uh, you know, true dwarf trees, Cavendish dwarf bananas like I have. I would suggest only getting one stalk and just keep taking out the little pups and I guess throw them away or sell them or give them away to other people or plant them in another pot and put them in your house or something. But yeah, it's just little things you can do. And then, you know, different container ideas to plant vegetables and so forth. But it's just a matter of going from what I want to actually implementing what it is that you're going to do and doing it. So I started almost a year ago just with an idea of where I want it, and I've just been doing a little bit at a time, you know, every week. Great exercise, by the way. So just wanted to give you an update on I have a moringa tree. Hold on. Righty, let's see here. My little moringa tree. It is actually surviving. I had to transplant it. I was going to put it in the ground, but right now I'm still trying to figure out the layout of my backyard and putting trees in. And so I did put it into this pot down here, which is a pretty big pot because they have long taproot. So I did a mounding. I mounded it so that it sit up high and it can drain, because moringas do not like to sit in water. They prefer more of a dry draining soil. So yeah, I haven't lost it. If you can see, I haven't lost anything, which is really nice that I haven't. And my hat came from Amazon. This is a wonderful SPF 50 hat that keeps the sun off of you, and it really, really, really does work in shading. And I'm happy with it because I needed something like when I'm outside. I needed something like right now I'm in the sun, and you can see where it's really just shading it. So if anybody's ever out and about and you need your farmer's hat, this is the hat. Not bad. It has a little drawstring underneath. So anyway, that's it. I just wanted to bring you an update of what's going on in my backyard and what the updates are. Some plants are thriving and some are struggling, but you know, that's all about learning. And see you on the next video. Bye.